Hey everybody, George Thomas. Let me show you some examples of how to do some live bait fishing, whether you're fishing for catfish or bass or whatever. But there's a couple different little ways you can do it. What I do is I'll get a piece of 17-pound test line and I'll tie a hook on one end and I'll make it about 12-14 inches long, and then I'll tie me a swivel on the other end. That way your bait can move around and won't twist your line. But right above that swivel, I like to use an egg sinker that slides on your line, and that way it stays on the bottom and your minnow or whatever you're using can move around. There's two different ways you can put a minnow on that hook. If you're fishing in current, like a river for example, I like to hook the minnow through the bottom and bring it through the top like this, because the current's going to make that minnow just move as the current pushes it down the river. If you're fishing in a lake, for example, what I like to do is I hook it right behind the dorsal fin. And that way that minnow has a lot of action and it'll move around. So that's if you're fishing on the bottom, like for catfish or bass or whatever you're fishing for. But if you're fishing a certain depth, say you saw a fish at 10 feet deep, well, you can adjust this float so it fishes only 10 foot deep by using this system called a bobber stopper. They make a couple different ones, and what you do is you tie this on your line and you can slide it at any depth you want it. And you put this bead right here, and what it does, it stops that float from going any deeper than that on your line. So say this one right here is set, for example, like at 3 feet. And you still use the same system here with the swivel and the hook, but the way that you use this bobber stopper is you can adjust it to any depth that you want to fish. And remember to put that bead right above it, and that's what stops that float from going up any higher. So when that weight pulls that minnow down, that float will stay right there where you peg it. And you can fish any depth you want to. If you have a depth finder and you see fish at 10 feet, you can set it at 8 feet, 9 feet, 10 feet, whatever you want. Just count your line out as you move this little bobber stopper right here. And they make several different types of these, but they really work good. They work good for crappie fishing, for bass fishing, for cat fishing. But it's a real simple little setup. And I'll show you some pictures and diagrams of exactly how to set it up. So go get you some live minnows and go catch some big fish, and I hope it helps you. Have a good day.